This is the road I want to take.
These are the days I want to make.
RAV4 is perfect to get the most out of your adventures. And all these advanced safety features come standard. Buy a RAV with 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 finance cash or $2,500 cash back. And 2 years of no-cost maintenance is included.
I got my music turned up and the windows rolled down.
RAV4, what drives you? Toyota, let's go places.
A pulse, felt by one, sends a ripple, felt by some, a shiver, felt by many, until it amplifies, magnifies into a tremor that electrifies, badgers everywhere, moving as one, tilting the world on its axis.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
We don't want some of the games. We want all the live games. With DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We don't just want some Dak Prescott. We want all the Dak Prescott.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Not every rivalry is a fair fight. Like Wendy's beef with the other guys. While they thaw out, Wendy's goes all out, serving fresh beef for nearly 50 years. Which is why true hamburger fans side with the official hamburger of the NCAA.
Halftime report.
These guys have been there and done it, so we're trying to get where they were. It gets us one step closer to our goal. There's no question that that's our goal.
Us going up there and winning that game, that would help us win the division. Whoever wins, be a step ahead of being a division champ. So it'll be a lot riding on this game. Playing Clemson, of course, is huge. Primetime game. It's a huge game. Every year we play Clemson. It's always close. It's always a battle. This one right here can basically determine who wins the ACC.
That game, prime time on ABC. Let's take a look at Lamar Jackson as he tries to lead his team to victory against Clemson with driving success, brought to you by Honda. Booger, 457 yards total offense last year. What did you see on tape in this game a year ago?
Brent Venables clearly wanted to blitz Lamar Jackson. Louisville ran 99 plays. They blitzed him man or zone pressure on 46 of them. That was the game plan last year. I expect it to be the same this season.
All right, so Mac, when you hear something like that, protection for the most electric player in college football, what has to happen?
Well, they blitzed.
Yes, a lot.
A lot. Last week, they hit Jarrett Stidham 12 times, sacked him 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not just Clemson, not just Louisville. They're doing that. But Bobby Petrino's smart. He's got to figure out what can be different this year. Last year, they sacked Lamar 11 times, or hit him 11 times, sacked him 5 times.
Yep.
So what they've got to do tonight is figure out, do I max protect? Do I move the quarterback? Do I chip with the back? Do I keep a tight end in? What do I do? But I cannot let them blitz me 46 times and hit my quarterback 12 times and sack him 11.
He almost won last year.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a one-step move inside, maybe he wins that game. So who wins tonight?
Well, I think Clemson wins because they're so good on defense, and the offensive line has not shown the ability to block a
Start your game day with the new Hash Brown Scramble Bowl from Chick-fil-A.
Valdosta was dominant back then. You've heard it from your fathers that you ain't nothing what they used to be.
I can't see nobody stopping us.
Time they start talking about us.
Football Town, Valdosta, Georgia. Tuesday at 10, only on NFL Network.
There's nothing holding me back. There's nothing holding me back.
All right, welcome back to the Geico Halftime Report. A reminder, over on CBS Sports Network right now, it's number 16, Virginia Tech and East Carolina. Then our Geico spotlight shines on Oregon and Wyoming. And in the nightcap, number 19, Stanford visiting San Diego State. We go back to the scoreboard and our highlight blitz, and it was an offensive blitz from Mason Rudolph. Rick, a school record for passing yards in the first half.
Over 400 yards. They scored on their first 7 drives, touchdowns, I should say, on their first 7 drives. And 4 receivers get over 100 yards receiving. Wow. Right here, Marcel Aitman finishes off on a 69-yard touchdown catch and throw. And here, Jalen McCluskey gets into the act. This is 48 yards for pay dirt. OSU looks formidable.
First team in over a decade with 4 receivers hitting 100 yards. All right, we go to Nebraska now, and Tanner Lee, 4 interceptions in the loss to Oregon last week. BJ, a couple costly ones today.
Yeah, he was back at it. Pick 6 here, and Rod Curry, Northern Illinois coach, 4-1 versus Power 5 teams. All of those on the road. Northern Illinois is not afraid of anyone. And here they go again, knocking off one of the big boys. A huge win for Coach Curry and the Huskies.
Oh, that was mostly ice.
Hey, you don't feel it when you win like that.
Big win on the road.
Good.
All right, now an early start on the road for UCLA and Josh Rosen. It was 9 a.m. back home when they kicked off at Memphis, but he still had 4 touchdown passes. Rick.
Rosen's alarm clock went off, as did Austin Roberts right here. 22-yard touchdown. Here comes Riley Ferguson, a Tennessee transfer. One of 6 touchdown passes on the day. He took Memphis ahead 48-45 with that throw to Phil Mayhew. Rosen now on 4th down. Not enough. Great defensive effort by the Tigers. They win 48-45.
Second straight game against a ranked team that they have won. All right, this one was all field goals like our game until special teams kicked in a different way here.
Yeah, Michigan 1 TD in their last 10 red zone trips this season. 0 for 4 today. And so why don't we give it to Mr. Jones? Me and Mr. Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I hear what you did.
Yeah, you see what I did there? How about Karan Higdon? He's got a thing going on. Gets to the corner, turns it on, and it's a 36-yard touchdown.
Quinn Nordine tying a Michigan record with 5 field goals as Michigan pulls away. Meanwhile, Ohio State back out there after the Oklahoma loss, up 14-0. Again, they're at the half on CBS Sports Network. Virginia Tech with a 6-point lead, and Notre Dame in a 1-possession game, but they have the lead right now. TCU a Hail Mary before the half for the lead on SMU. Baylor has now slipped to 0-3. A reminder, it's Thursday Night Football on NFL Network this week with the Rams and the Niners. The NFL on CBS kicks off tomorrow with regional action. Many will see the Patriots and Saints. It all gets started at noon Eastern with the NFL Today in its 50th season. We thank you for watching the Geico Halftime Report. Coming up, the second half of Tennessee and Florida.
CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance with Geico.
Huh. I should take a closer look at Geico.
Geico can help with way more than car insurance. Boats, homes, motorcycles, even umbrella coverage.
This guy's gonna wish he brought his umbrella. Fire at will!
How'd you know the guy's name is Will?
Yeah.
It's an expression, you know? Fire at will? You never heard of that?
Oh, there goes Will.
Bye, Will.
That's not his name.
Take a closer look at Geico. Great savings and a whole lot more.
DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable, just like some people like banging their head on a low ceiling, drinking spoiled milk, camping in poison ivy, getting a paper cut, and having their arm trapped in a vending machine. But for everyone else, there's DirecTV. For #1 rated customer satisfaction over cable, switch to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
A cheeseburger and onion rings for $2.99? Last time we ate this good for $2.99, we were in college.
No, I was in college. You were in denial.
That's not true.
Get a cheeseburger and handmade onion rings for just $2.99. This is how you Sonic.
Me and you just singing on the train. Me and you listening to the rain. Me and you sitting on the lawn. Me and you just singing our song just to rhyme, to shine and to pass the time.
Step up to GMC and get nearly $10,400 total value on this 2017 GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate model. We are professional grade GMC.
A Season with Navy Football. New episodes Tuesdays at 10. Only on Showtime.
Are you okay? What happened? Dad kind of walked into my swing.
Don't you mean Dad kind of ruined our Hawaii fund?
Ah!
I should go to the hospital. There goes the airfare. I don't think health insurance will cover all of that. Without that cash from Aflac, we might have to choose between Hawaii or your face.
Hawaii.
What? Hawaii.
You might have less kink. Visit Aflac.com and keep your lifestyle healthy.
Aflac!
Applebee's 2 for $20. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
This college will be one of the most powerful means for doing good in this country.
Notre Dame is a place where differences of culture and religion and conviction can coexist with friendship and civility and even love.
We've been entrusted with Notre Dame to pass it on to the next generation in a way that will influence the world for another 175 years.
This is the road I want to take.
These are the days I want to make.
RAV4 is perfect to get the most out of your adventures, and all these advanced safety features come standard. Buy a RAV with 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 finance cash or $2,500 cash back. And 2 years of no-cost maintenance is included.
I got my music turned up and the windows rolled
RAV4, what drives you? Toyota, let's go places.
It's Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale, meaning your favorite mattresses are on sale. On top of that, get an additional 10% off. Like a Beauty Rest Firm Queen mattress for $454.99. Plus, get an additional 10% off. Only at Mattress Firm.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
Welcome back to the Lexus Halftime Report.
Florida and Tennessee, both teams with decals for the state of Florida in support of Hurricane Irma victims. First quarter action, Felipe Franks, the quick pass to Brandon Powell, 22-yard gain, set up a field goal.
And Jesse, you mentioned the offensive line not playing well for Florida. Get the ball out quick, get out of your quarterback's hands.
Later in the first, Quentin Dormany's pass intercepted by David Reese.
Game plan for Florida defensively was to see if they could get pressure in the face of Dormany and see if they could force him to throw into traffic. He does right there. That's been a big difference early in this offensive barn burner.
6-3 at the half, first team to 15 wins. Put it in the books. 10th ranked Wisconsin on the road facing BYU. First quarter tied at 3. Alex Hornibrook, the 50-yard pass to Danny Davis.
And since the first half of the Utah State game for Wisconsin, they have been an offensive juggernaut.
Later in the drive, Jonathan Taylor had 223 yards against Florida Atlantic. Here he just powers it in.
Yeah, came in averaging 155 yards a game, second best amongst Power 5 running backs.
Later, Hornibrook to Quintez Cephas. It's all Badgers right now. They're out in front 17-3. Hornibrook to Cephas.
It's a lot of passing highlights for this Wisconsin team. Joey, so good at running the ball on the ground.
And you talk about them being a juggernaut. The fact that Hornibrook's been as efficient as he has, a nice compliment to the run game right now. Lots of balance for the Badgers.
Hornibrook only one incompletion. It's on ABC. The third quarter is underway. Ohio State hosting Army. J.T. Barrett, 5-yard touchdown run.
And J.T. Barrett is excited to be back on the field, erasing the memory of Oklahoma a week ago.
J.K. Dobbins, 5 carries, 50 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, they got the young true freshman rolling early in this game. They're having a lot of success right now on the ground.
Buckeyes up 14-0 almost through a quarter play in Columbus. How about Michigan? To Ann Arbor we go, and the big house, the Wolverines hosting Air Force. Third quarter, Michigan up 9-6. Jim Harbaugh will love this. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 79 yards.
This is one of his prized recruits from this last year's recruiting class, was rated as the number 4 receiver coming out of high school. He's made some plays on offense early this year on jet sweep plays. Here's showing what he can do in the return game.
Michigan up 16-6. Ensuing Air Force drive, that's Arian Worthman. Way to pass, Ronald Cleveland.
I believe that's their third completion of the season. I love seeing Air Force hit a pass play. They run the ball so much, the safeties come downhill. They can leak the receivers, get behind coverage.
But Worthman only went 1 for 7.
That's not bad.
Okay, well, later in the fourth, there's Sigden, not bad either, 36 yards.
Yeah, Michigan didn't run a ton of plays in this game. They did run the ball well, but starting running back Ty Isaac had to leave the game because of injury. Keep your eye on that.
Wolverines prevailed 29-13. Don't forget all the great college football action. Take ESPN everywhere. Download the ESPN app now.
This halftime report is presented by the Lexus High Performance line. Experience amazing.
We are not here to observe, to sit idly by, or watch from the stands. We are here for one reason, to leave a mark. Lexus High Performance with 5-liter V8s and Sport Direct shift transmissions. Experience a shift in the natural order. Experience amazing.
I gotta get out of here. Which way? I don't know. What am I looking for? Something I can't see. I can feel it. It's magic. Sauvage. Dior.
Available at Macy's.
So you love your game? So does he. You say ain't nobody gonna work harder? He said the same thing. You get an hour of training in before the sun even comes up, plenty of early risers out there. You got the gear, they got the gear. You got a secret weapon, this dude doesn't need one. See, this isn't just a game of inches, this is a game of ounces. And the next ounce you give might just be the one the other guy doesn't. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, and refuel.
I sold my dream house to buy my first Domino's store.
I built my store with my bare hands.
I used my college savings to buy my store. It means everything to me.
But we've decided to tear them down.
We love what we do, but not where we do it. Come and see our remodeled stores when you carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day.
All eyes on me. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. In the draw, taking a sip from the jar till you don't know who you are. Riding my car, laying the tip on the bar, then ripping it all apart. Pushing the beat, sipping it straight from the vine. You know we serving the heat. Bon appetit, heat. Look up, 'cause all eyes on me.
This is the Lexus Halftime Report.
Jesse Palmer, Joey Galloway, I'm Adnan Burke. East Carolina hosting Virginia Tech. First quarter, Gardner Minshew to Trevon Brown, 76-yard touchdown.
Bad angle by the safety. Had an opportunity to make it over and break that pass up. East Carolina, they've had issues on defense the last 2 games, but looking good on O early.
Later on, it's Josh.
2 games, but looking good on O early.
And later on, it's Josh Jackson, the fade to Cam Phillips.
And this is becoming a staple in everybody's offense. Throw it up, let the receiver go get it.
Virginia Tech currently leading it by 6 at the half. Jackson with 191 yards passing. The Frog and Pony Show. SMU on the road facing 20th-ranked TCU. Mustangs flea flicker. Ben Hicks to Trey Quinn.
I like the play call. TCU was down by 2 scores early in this game, and then they fight their way back to take the lead.
That was actually Kenny Hill to Kennedy Snell. There's 71 yards, and then it'll be Kenny Hill to Jalen Rager here, a 38-yard touchdown.
Yeah, Kenny Hill last year threw for 452 yards against SMU. This is a trophy game, Adnan. The old iron skillet on the line.
Jeez. Kenny Hill, 80% completion so far.
Games.
More to this.
We are not here to observe, to sit idly by, or watch from the stands. We are here for one reason: to leave a mark. Lexus High Performance with 5-liter V8s and Sport Direct shift transmissions. Experience a shift in the natural order. Experience amazing.
You know what's going on again at Popeyes? Here's a hint. Need a bigger hint? That's right, honey. It's the $5 Bonafide Big Box. 2 pieces of my chicken or 3 handcrafted tenders. Your choice of 2 sides and 1 of my biscuits for just $5. Most folks' idea of a $5 deal is not a meal, honey.
We got this here giant burger and a soda.
That's not a meal. This is a meal. Come and get it while it lasts, because it will not last long. That's a big box.
Chicken from Popeyes.
A long weekend is just an excuse to get a long way from boring. With models up to 62 horsepower or room for 4. Go rugged, go big, go Gator. Now get 0% financing for 60 months plus $500 off the Gator XUV 825i at a dealer near you.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
This halftime report is presented by the Lexus High Performance line. Experience amazing.
Nebraska facing Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois paid $820,000 to pay this game. The Cornhuskers may want a refund. Tanner Lee intercepted by Jawan Johnson's second pick 6 in the first quarter.
Interception made possible, though, by the pass rush from Northern Illinois, getting right into the lap of the Tulane transfer quarterback.
Fourth quarter, Lee did recover, reaching out for the touchdown, second rushing touchdown of the game. Later in the fourth, though, Jordan Huff from 2 yards. Northern Illinois, 4-point lead.
And you expect Nebraska to be more physical at the point of attack.
And then Lee throws it up, picked off for the third time, Josh Corcoran. Northern Illinois pulling off the upset as the Cornhuskers fall to 1-2 early in this young season. Brandon Wimbush with the arm, with the legs, a little better. 14-10, the Fighting Irish have the lead. Steve Levy, Brian Gracie, Todd McShay. Second half coming up.
Around the world, around the clock, in defense of all we hold dear back home. Learn more at Navy.com.
C to the O, to the O, to the bowl, to the spoon. Bowl to the spoon, to the mouth for the boy in the room. Room for that goodness inside him to bloom. Good goes around and around and around. Good goes around and around.
Schick Hydro versus a lube strip with 7 hydrating gel pools that give you 40% less friction. It's designed like no other razor to protect from irritation. Schick Hydro, for your skin.
The autumn carved turkey is back for a limited time at Subway. So much turkey.
All eyes on me. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. In the draw, taking a sip from the jar till you don't know who you are. Right in my car, laying the tip on the bar, then ripping it all apart. Pushing the beat, sipping it straight from the vine. You know we serving that heat. Bon appetit, look out, 'cause all eyes on me.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
ESPN Films presents Tommy. Stream exclusively on the ESPN app.
Sunday Night Baseball, Dodgers Nationals, tomorrow at 8 on ESPN. You're watching college football on ESPN, presented by PlayStation Vue. We got ourselves a ball game. 14-10. Notre Dame leading the Irish thanks to outstanding rushing by Josh Adams, over 160 yards in that first half, Reese.
Yeah, and really the offensive line, tight ends up front on two particular runs. Created the crease, the same run both times, and he gets to the second level. You see Bars, the right guard, right tackle, both getting great blocks. And that's been the offense, really, for Notre Dame in the first half. The two touchdowns that they scored came directly after these long runs.
Wimbush running both of those in after two 65-yard runs by Josh Adams. Notre Dame will get the kickoff here to start the second half. And they'll start out at the 25. Steve Levy along with Brian Griese. We'll see Todd McShay shortly. And at this point, normally I ask you what we're looking forward to in the second half, but I hated those last two drives of the first half. No urgency by Notre Dame at all, with plenty of time, plenty of timeouts. And then BC, after the turnover, they went to the locker room with two timeouts in their pocket.
I think what you saw was two coaches trying to manage their young quarterbacks, right? To not make that big mistake before halftime. Steve Addazio talked about it, and so did Brian Kelly. I think you're going to see more of it in the second half. When you have a young quarterback, sometimes you just keep them from making the big mistake.
Okay, now what are you looking forward to in the second half? Back to our regularly scheduled program. Handoff to Josh Adams. Why not feed him again? A monster first half, 9 carries, 167 yards on the ground.
I think what we're looking forward to is a four-quarter game, partner. I mean, that's the way this thing's going to come down. Who runs the ball? Which quarterback doesn't make the big error? And then these two defenses played pretty well in the first half.
And that's really what Boston College was looking forward to. Be in this game in the fourth quarter. And they're certainly in it to start the third. Ty Schwab forcing Wimbush out.
Well, you got to think the pressure's on Notre Dame, right? You know, they lost last week, and they're the favorite coming in. Brian Kelly has a more talented team, quite frankly, than does Boston College. And so the pressure in the second half, can they manage that? And they manage those expectations.
Notre Dame 2 of 8 on third down conversions. Here's 3rd and 3. Wimbush able to get it out across to Alize Mack. Has the first down.
I really think Mack needs to be a bigger part of this offense. He's their X factor. He's got the mobility at that tight end position. He can line up as a receiver, good receiver of the football.
Ball is out. Boston College says they have it, and they do.
Well, you talk about managing situations as a young quarterback, and between Josh Adams and Brandon Wimbush, they've got to make each other right. And this is Brandon Wimbush trying to read the defense as to whether to give it to Adams or pull it. Looks like he tried to pull it at the last minute. And you can't try to do too much. When you get pressured like that, the mistakes happen. And that just can't happen.
2 turnovers in the game, both to the Irish. Boston College got that first turnover prior to the half, weren't able to do anything with it. See what they do here. On the ground, and Hilliman. He's breaking tackles. He has first down yardage.
Well, John Hilliman has been a difference maker in this game. He had a big fumble a week ago in the loss to Wake Forest and got replaced by A.J. Dillon, but he has been the workhorse.
He's over 100 yards on the afternoon. Takes a shot from Niles Morgan that time. It's like a loss on the play.
You know, sometimes you bring in a heralded true freshman, as A.J. Dillon is, and they start talking about him, and the guy that's here, the incumbent, and John Hilliman, he's going to respond one of two ways, either rise up or fade away, and he's rising up today.
Second down and 11. Could be the 5th false start penalty for BC.
False start, number 83. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's Callanan, the wide receiver. 6th penalty for the Eagles, 5 of them a false start. Quick screen out to Travis Levy. He's taking some people on, like Morgan and Julian Love. Still not down to the original yard marker. Bring up a 3rd down and long.
And this is, we talk about, people don't like to hear this, we talk about managing the quarterback. Right, this is a management situation for the play call to keep field goal in the equation, not a turnover.
Brown rolling to his right, throwing across his body, and back trying to set up the screen. Nothing doing. Hilliman wasn't fooling anyone. Drew Tranquill was there. Tranquill, one of the great stories for Notre Dame. Guy who's battled back from 2 ACL injuries. He's able to make the big stop there, bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, Drew Tranquill is a leader on this defense. A walk-on, had to earn his way onto this football team. Very smart and instinctive player, and he sniffed that out. No problem.
Here's Colton Lichtenberg. Will attempt from 41 yards away. And he blasts that one through. 6 for 6 now on the season.
That's a great start for Lichtenberg. Obviously, they didn't know about their kicker coming in. They were very concerned, and to start 6 for 6 is impressive.
1-point game, also a 1-possession game.
It's the Kia Summer SUV Clearance Event from the brand ranked #1 in initial quality by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. Hurry in today for great offers on quality Kia SUVs. And now get up to $4,000 cash back on a new 2017 Sorento.
Only you can shower. To smell unique. To smell confident. To smell amazing. You got something. Smell like the best you with Axe U Body Wash.
Yo, CP, what up?
Yo, I'm open over here. Give me the ball.
Nah, man. You had the safety over the top.
Nah, I had it beat.
Chris, do I need to remind you? I'm Tom Brady. I know when someone's open.
So why don't you remind me with the ball? Throw it right at my head.
You can't keep calling every play.
Man, I'll call you whenever I feel like.
Now you can join up and play as a team online. Madden NFL 18, rated E for everyone.
Get the ultimate experience on Xbox One.
Applebee's 2 for $20. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
My experience with USAA has been excellent. They always refer to me as Master Sergeant. They really appreciate the military family, and it really shows.
We've got auto insurance, homeowners insurance.
I had an accident with the vehicle. I actually called USAA before we called the police. USAA was very hands-on, very quick, very prompt. I feel like we're being handled as people that actually have a genuine need. We're the Weber family, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable, just like some people like banging their head on a low ceiling, drinking spoiled milk, camping in poison ivy, getting a paper cut, and having their arm trapped in a vending machine. But for everyone else, there's DirecTV. For #1 rated customer satisfaction over cable, switch to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
It's the Kia Summer SUV Clearance Event from the brand ranked #1 in initial quality by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. Hurry in today for great offers on quality Kia SUVs. And now get up to $4,000 cash back on a new 2017 Sorento.
Extra Yard for Teachers Week is a week-long celebration of teachers led by the College Football Playoff Foundation through its Extra Yard for Teachers platform. Visit the College Football Playoff Foundation website at www.cfp-foundation.org to learn more about Extra Yard for Teachers Week and see how you can get involved. 1-point game here in the third quarter, and the Irish will get the football back. And it is way out of the end zone. Almost took out a cameraman down there. Down to Todd.
So my best friend, Jason Kalishman, grew up with him, known him since we were 5 years old in Swampscott, Massachusetts. He was a teacher for a long time, but the backstory is he went to school. His mother had multiple sclerosis. Father wound up leaving the family, and he had to take care of his mom while his 2 older brothers went off to college. He struggled in school, understandably. He had so much going on in his life at home, and he wound up making the decision after playing baseball in college at UNH, hey, I'm going to go back to that community, and I'm going to make that school system better for people like me, for young men like me, young women like me who are going through stuff at home. And I just wanted, this week, Teacher Appreciation Week, just let him know how much I appreciate him and how much we appreciate teachers in general. He does such a great job. He was a 6th grade teacher for so many years, and now he's become the principal of the Swampscott Middle School.
So appropriate.
Awesome.
Well said. Teachers do not get enough credit.
Or enough money.
Nor respect, nor salary. And you see what some of these football players are getting out there. And actors. Noah Merritt came up to make the big stick. And that has his teammates fired up.
Great job by Merritt. He's one of those guys that are on the Landry workout program in the offseason. They're out here. Jim Reed was telling us they're out here at all hours of the morning and evening working out, getting better, and Merritt has been a difference maker up front.
3rd and 14. It is Landry time, right? Watch for 7 in the maroon. They run away from him with Josh Adams. He's well short of the first down. There's only 2 things you can do with a guy like Landry. You can run towards him and block him, or run away from him. That time they've used the latter.
Yep. Well, he hadn't been in there, you know, on first down, second down as much as we normally see him, so they haven't really been having to concern themselves with where they run the football. But on a 3rd and long, that's another case right there, right? With Brian Kelly managing the situation for Wimbush.
Michael Walker standing at his 25. Tyler Newsome. They've been wearing the punters out here today. Newsome, quick step to his right, and he'll put it in the air. Walker running up and through people. Had one man to beat her. That could have been really big. Durham Smythe made the special teams stop for Notre Dame.
You know, Steve, coming into this game, we knew the Boston College offensive line was going to have to be a patchwork because they've lost John Baker, their center, and they lost Shane Leonard, the backup, but they have protected Anthony Brown. They're on the touchdown throw, and they have opened up holes specifically for Hilliman. Give credit to Chris Lindstrom, Lazard, Phillips, Montero, all 5 guys, especially Petrula, the true freshman, playing at center as well.
Here's Brown. Buying some time and throwing on the run. Well, let's see. Got him for the catch. Inbounds.
That's Kobe White. Be interesting, did he step out before he came back and caught this ball? No, wow, great footwork there by White on the sideline.
Gain of 15.
Ruling on the previous play of a completed pass is under further review.
So they'll take a closer look, but I'm confident I saw what you saw as well. And that will stand as a catch. Eagles again with great field position. We'll be right back.
What is PlayStation Vue? It's watching your favorite shows and sports, live, recorded, or on demand. It's watching across multiple devices at the same time. PlayStation Vue is a whole new way to watch live TV. And it starts right now. Even if you don't have a PlayStation, start your free trial today.
PlayStation. It's the Kia Summer SUV Clearance Event from the brand ranked #1 in initial quality by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. Hurry in today for great offers on quality Kia SUVs. And now get up to $4,000 cash back on a new 2017 Sorento.
Hey, B to the high, to the comb. Combing that honey into some gold. Put in the good, and the good will grow. Good goes around and around and around. Hey, good goes around and around.
And that's how a pelican took my wallet. Oh no, I've got this. I'll use MasterPass.
Don't just buy it, MasterPass it. Bringing home an amazing story, priceless.
Well, it's been a busy day of college football. Let's get caught up on the action. First up, Alabama. This play right here shows what eating chicken will do for you. Lots of broken tackles here. It's the chicken.
No idea what you're talking about.
Joey Galloway is here with chicken predictions.
My what?
Touchdown chicken.
Okay, are we filming right now?
Chicken, 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 chicken.
What is going on?
I don't know. Oh, that was weird.
New management.
Start game day right. Get 1 of 3 breakfast items free in September when you order with the Chick-fil-A One app.
It's the Kia Summer SUV Clearance Event from the brand ranked #1 in initial quality by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. Hurry in today for great offers on quality Kia SUVs. And now get up to $4,000 cash back on a new 2017 Sorento.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Start game day strong with the new breakfast hash brown scramble bowl. And Kia Motors. Visit kia.com to learn more.
The Holy War game continues. A 1-point affair from Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. See Steve Addazio and the Eagles. Is that how you go to work? That's how they went to work today.
I like the jacket and tie.
Here's that last play. Why will oh, you see the fancy footwork by Kobe White. Never went out of bounds. So rule to catch. A.J. Dillon, the ball carrier for 2. BC appears to be in business here. I'm so impressed with Petrulia. We spent so much time talking about the center and the offensive line. Haven't seen any bad snaps.
Yeah.
Not penalties on him. No exchange issues.
We've seen Anthony Brown under center a little bit more.
It's Dillon, the ball carrier. Another yard or 2 on that play, but that was such a focal point. We thought it could be a huge issue for the Eagles, and the fact we're not talking about him is part of the story.
Yep, and they're running the ball well, and you got to have a good center to run the ball between the tackles. And I think maybe Steve Addazio thinks we might have found something here with this kid. We thought he was going to be a tackle, but he's come in. If he can learn to play center in a week, think how good he's going to be after 5-6 weeks.
There's a real chance John Baker comes back. He's got another year left if he wants the redshirt year. That throw, Anthony Brown, a complete to Walker, going to come up short of the first down.
And a decision to make here. 4th and inches. And no hesitation from Steve Addazio. He's going for it, and I agree with him.
Fourth down and 1. 3 tight ends in for Boston College. And they hand it off to Hilliman. Pretty close. I don't think he got there. I do not think he got there.
But it was great penetration made him sidestep, and he got that final effort to even get close to but he didn't make it.
Tavon Coney, the junior from Palm Beach Gardens, able to make the stop.
Look at the defensive tackle. That's Tungvailoa Amosa. Great penetration into the backfield, and that's what made him shuffle those steps just a little bit. See Big 95 forces him off of his course, and
then Coney comes in there to clean it up. So they turn it over on downs. Let's circle this point in the game as potential critical spot. Wimbush on the move. Unable to really turn the corner with any authority there.
Great play by Kevin Bletzer. Now he's the linebacker that is replacing the injured. The guys on offense, on the offensive line that were out, you see those. Then defensively, you see there's Strahan out as well.
3rd down and 1. It's Adams, and he has it. It's not 65, but it's enough. 1st down, they'll move the chains. Back to Strahan, though. He's so valuable, they think his loss might be even hurt them more than the center Baker. Yep. That's how valuable, plus the depth at the position. Here's Wimbush taking a shot down the middle of the field and could not hook up with Chris Fink. 3 BC defenders in the neighborhood.
One of the most surprising things to me about this Notre Dame offense so far this year, and it happened last week as well. We all thought Equanimeous St. Brown would be the go-to guy in the offense. Well, last week in crunch time, it was Fink. Now it's crunch time again, and Equanimeous St. Brown's not even on the field, and they're throwing the ball to Fink. That's not what you thought coming into the season.
No question. Quick throw and a quick stick. Fink able to hang on. Lucas Dennis was there. Now they're saying no catch. Dennis got there so quickly, able to knock it away. Dennis had an interception earlier in the game. And it'll bring a big 3rd and 10.
It's the biggest weakness on Notre Dame's team so far this year is they don't even have one reliable receiver. St. Brown's got to make plays. Another pressure look by BC. 3 of these linebackers right up, forcing the hand of Brandon Wimbush, trying to confuse him. Georgia did it last week.
Here they come. Wimbush gets out of there. Able to make a move. He's got the 1st down. He's got the sideline as well. Brandon Wimbush cuts it back inside. And he's finally dropped inside the 10-yard line.
Take a look at this from the backside. You see all these guys in here. They're going to rush, and there's going to be a huge lane to the outside. You just can't lose that kind of contain on a player with the speed of Brandon Wimbush. 46 yards there. Big time play for the young quarterback, Wimbush. That's Adams back at it. Down to about the 5. There's an injured player down. They'll stop the clock. 2nd and goal. When you have young quarterbacks that they're struggling to throw the ball with any consistency. Brandon's 9 of 20 for 57 yards so far in this game, and you give them a run lane like that, and they've got the athleticism, they can make you pay.
See Adams bending over, reaching for that right knee. Tony Jones has replaced Adams now. 2nd down and goal from the BC 6. Irish looking to add to their lead. Play fake, throw, and caught. Able to hook up with Mack, who they sent in motion, and to bring up a 3rd down and goal.
That's a nice play by Lucas Dennis, the safety, number 21. Didn't lose his eye discipline, stayed with his primary receiver, and forces a 3rd down try.
Fine catch by Mack. 3rd down and goal. Handoff up the middle. It's Tony Jones for the touchdown.
It's an impressive response from Notre Dame. First drive out, halftime, they fumble the football and give a short field to Boston College. They settle it down on the sideline. Brandon Wimbush makes a big play with his legs, and they are set here to potentially go up 8. Maybe going to go for 2.
maybe 9.
Or maybe 8.
This looks like fun. Hey, you better get something here.
Yeah. Play clock's running down.
Play clock's at 1.
Just let, 5 yards don't matter on extra point.
Play game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. We will play the try.
Brian Kelly's like, everybody relax.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath. We've got this.
Just like we planned it. It's not, it's worth a shot. If you get something you like or a situation you see that you like, you can pull the trigger, and if not, it's only 5 yards back.
Here's Yoon for just your basic extra point. And in the end, after all the conversation, it is an 8-point lead for Notre Dame. Brandon Wimbush, he didn't finish this one, but he got him down by the goal line.
Sunday NFL Countdown, every week, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
It's the Kia Summer SUV Clearance Event from the brand ranked #1 in initial quality by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. Hurry in today for great offers on quality Kia SUVs. And now get up to $4,000 cash back on a new 2017 Sorento.
Breakfast has come out of its shell. Crisp bacon, seasoned potatoes, and cheddar cheese, all wrapped in a fried egg. The new Naked Egg Taco, only at Taco Bell.
To achieve financial security, there are 2 halves to consider: protect and grow. Instead of focusing on insurance or investments alone, we bring them together into one whole picture. At Northwestern Mutual, we guide you along your path by combining personalized investments and world-class insurance. That's one of the reasons 96% of our clients stay with us year after year. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
It's the Kia Summer SUV Clearance Event from the brand ranked #1 in initial quality by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. Hurry in today for great offers on quality.
Climb on in, we'll set you free. Come on, let's take a ride.
With Corolla, value comes standard, along with all these advanced safety features, which includes a pre-collision system. Lease a Corolla now for $159 a month, or buy with 0% APR for 72 months, or $2,000 cash back.
I got my music turned up and the windows rolled down.
Corolla, what drives you? Toyota, let's go places.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
College football primetime presented by Hampton by Hilton. 12th ranked LSU at Mississippi State tonight. First big conference test for both teams. See at 7 p.m. Eastern here on ESPN. Streaming live on the ESPN app. I believe that'll be Joe Tessitore and Todd Blackledge. You know Tess is watching this game on the app right now. Here's Michael Walker from the 5. Looking to bring it out. And a good return out to about the 24-yard line. And with that, we'll get to our Chick-fil-A rankings across college football, as always subject to change.
Yeah, a couple surprises this already today. UCLA goes down. Ohio State, 10-point game in Army. That's a little bit of a surprise. Michigan had all they could handle with Air Force. and SC Texas tonight. That'll be interesting. You know, Tom Herman, pretty successful 5-0 against top 25 teams.
Saw those numbers.
As a dog, so it'll be interesting.
Are you going to let UCLA off the hook because of the whole time difference and the 9 a.m. local start, their body clock? You're going to allow that to be the excuse? That pass is batted away. Excellent defense on Kobe White by Julian Love.
I don't know that that's such a huge surprise. I mean, yes, they had an unbelievable rebound in the second half against A&M, but that first half happened too, so.
That's fair. Second down and 10. Give it to Dillon. Slices forward for 2. And they'll bring up a third down.
Notre Dame defense is stiffened here in the second half. They had a sudden change situation where they got the stop they needed, forced a field goal attempt, and they've bottled up the run game for BC for the most part here in the second half. Give credit to Mike Elko, their new defensive coordinator, and the guys up front, the front seven.
Both defenses have been outstanding today. Here's Brown throwing deep. And did he catch it? No! Take it away! Intercepted by Sean Crawford. He went up the battle with Kobe White, and Crawford's going to win that fight. There is a penalty marker down. If it stands, it's Boston College's first turnover of the day.
After the interception, unsportsmanlike conduct on the bench. Notre Dame, 15-yard penalty. First down.
Oh, yeah, it's going to stand okay.
I was standing just a few yards away, and the receiver, Kobe White, I should say, had the ball. It was falling down the ground. It just kind of bounced out of his hands, and the defensive back was able to take advantage of it with the interception. He really did a great job adjusting to the ball, too. He did everything right. It's just kind of popped out of his hands right at the last second.
Well, and give credit to Crawford, too, Todd. Played that perfectly by looking back for the football. We see so many of these young defensive backs that don't look back for the football, and he can't make that play if you don't look back.
Crawford, a junior out of Lakewood, Ohio, missed 10 games last year with an Achilles injury. Makes the big play. They turn over Boston College for the first time today. Up 8 with the lead and the ball, and Josh Adams again running away from people. And he knew he'd be brought down from behind, 2 hands on the football. Dennis got to him, but not until it was a huge gain.
Boy, and he shows, Adams does, he shows some quick feet in the secondary. That's the second time today that he has shown that he's a nimble in open field at 230 pounds.
When I say huge, I mean like 36 yards. Here's a throw from Wimbush. Able to complete Durham Smythe.
This is what Chip Long wanted to do, wanted to accomplish. Run the ball. We heard Coach Kelly say it at halftime. Run the ball, and that will open up opportunities to take shots down the field. And Smythe, excellent route, puts him inside the 5.
It's a gain of 36, then they back that up with a gain of 33. Landry checks in on 1st and goal.
He's going to check out.
Wyatt Ray, he's got a lot of the same qualities, they say. He's in there for Landry on 1st down and goal. Hand off to Adams. And the BC defense stiffens there. 2nd and goal upcoming.
This is where Brandon Wimbush's wheels help you. Get him on the edge, on the perimeter. That last touchdown they scored, it was his 11-yard run that got him down to the 1-yard line. He's got such good feet. I think you got to use him on the edge in these situations.
Adams and Wimbush have carried the ball in 31 of Notre Dame's 33 running plays.
Timeout. Notre Dame, they're first.
That last touchdown was by Tony Jones. His first carry of the day was for the score. The 8-point lead, looking for more.
It would be great if human beings were great at being human. And if all of mankind were made up of kind women and kind men, it would be wonderful if common knowledge
Students are the heart of BYU because we believe learning should not just be informative, it should be inspiring.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
We want Falcons in New York! Jackson, LA! Or Buccaneers in a quaint little New England bed and breakfast.
Can you please pass the marmalade, Charlie?
Switch to DirecTV and watch all the teams no matter where you live with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
College football on ABC is presented by Walmart. Walmart. Save money. Live better. In part by BMW. We only make one thing. The ultimate driving machine. And Pacific Life. Experience the power of Pacific.
That's the Y, a tradition since 2011 here at BYU, consisting of the freshmen gathering on the football field during new student orientation, beginning of the new year. If you are Wisconsin, the decision is go for it on 4th and 1.
Fullback lead. There it is.
And Roshek hit, dives forward. This would be close.
Good contact. Just let him fall forward. Got to tackle high when it's short yardage or down close to the goal line. Don't let the back fall forward on 3rd and 4th and short.
The middle linebacker, Butch Powell, made the tackle, but they give him a good spot, and it's a first down.
Yeah, watch this contact. Tackle high, keep your feet moving. See, he stopped his feet, then he went down low. When you go down low, they're going to fall forward for the first down. A good point is to tackle high, keep your feet moving on the short yardage.
The ruling on the field that the runner made the line to gain is under further review.
So we've got 9:12 to go, 4th quarter. They're going to check this out, and we'll be back.
Students are the heart of BYU, and we want to provide life-changing experiences here. That's why BYU created a multi-million-dollar mentoring initiative to help thousands of undergrads to pursue their own research and to explore big ideas. And we're proud to be ranked in the top 3 schools in the country for learning that is engaging and helps students make real-world connections. Because we believe learning should not just be informative, it should be inspiring.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
We want Falcons in New York. Jets in LA. Or Buccaneers in a quaint little New England bed and breakfast.
Can you please pass the marmalade, Charlie?
Switch to DirecTV and watch all the teams no matter where you live with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Wise man? I'm nervous about things I can't control affecting my good credit score.
I see you've planted an uncertainty tree. Chop that thing down. The clarity you seek lies within the CreditWise app from Capital One. CreditWise helps you protect your credit. And it's completely free for everyone. It's free for everyone? Do hawks use the stars to navigate?
I don't know.
Ah, I thought you did. I don't know either. Either way, it's free for everyone.
Cool.
What's in your wallet?
Sunday Night Baseball, Dodgers Nationals, tomorrow at 8 on ESPN.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have any branded cups for the late night talk show guests. Because the only thing that will make you believe is trying it yourself.
Welcome back to Provo. Week 2 Monday Night Football has Matthew Stafford and the Lions at MetLife Stadium to take on Eli Manning and the Giants. Our coverage starts with Monday Night Countdown at 6 Eastern on ESPN, as well as being available on ESPN2 in Spanish. They upheld the spot for a first down. So 1st and 10 Wisconsin. The U kids still hustling. Fred Warner outside along with Tanialu.
One thing BYU's defense has not done, they have not backed down. And again, they just need to keep playing hard in the red zone. Work on what they need to work on. You're probably going to get ready to see some passing down in the red zone, which everybody needs to work on. Obviously, Wisconsin is the team that needs to do a few different things in the red zone with their good running game. They need more play action.
Wisconsin over the 400-yard mark in total offense. Power game straight ahead inside the 10 to the 9.
Fumagallo is getting up slow. I don't think I'd have him in the game at this point.
Yeah, he looks like he might be a little dinged up, either that or just exhausted.
They get a week off next week to get ready for conference play. Good movement, gets rolled up on.
No wonder he got up slowly. Now, if Hornibrook throws and completes this pass, he would set a new record. He would have hit 18 out of 19 for almost 95%. And he does. Hold it. Way to go, Alex Hornibrook. Penalty is down, and it might be coming back.
Yeah.
So he had the record for about 3 seconds.
Holding on Michael Dieter.
Holding. Offense. Number 63. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Interesting that they will give them 3rd down again instead of bringing up 4th.
Well, we can try for the record one more time.
Yes, we can.
DBs will be playing way off because it's 3rd and goal.
Clock running as we approach 7 minutes. Pressure coming on Hornibrook. Guns it across the middle, and how to break the record. A bullet to Fumagalli, who comes back in the ball game to catch the touchdown.
He is on target today, and that was a very good route. Oh, it's unbelievable. Very good route with Fumagalli. Down the middle, run the banana route again. And again, the cornerback, the safety's over the top. You can watch it. Watch how he releases inside. Just throw and catch. Austin Lee a little bit too deep on his coverage in the end zone.
Well, this is a day Hornibrook's going to remember. 18 out of 19. 256 yards and 4 touchdowns. A well-earned record for the sophomore quarterback.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA.
Goya Beans and Sauce. Delicious, authentic Latin-style seasoned beans, ready to serve. They're the perfect side dish for real-life chefs. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
This is the road I want to take.
These are the days I want to make.
RAV4 is perfect to get the most out of your adventures. And all these advanced safety features come standard. Buy a RAV with 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 finance cash or $2,500 cash back. And 2 years of no-cost maintenance is included.
I got my music turned up and the windows rolled down.
RAV4, what drives you? Toyota, let's go places.
Their bodies discovered by their sons. The multi-million-dollar shopping spree led police to their doorstep.
Law & Order True Crime, the Menendez murders. Premier
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
We don't want some of the games. We want all the live games with DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We don't just want some Dak Prescott. We want all the Dak Prescott.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Capital One Venture Card. Unlimited double miles on every purchase, not just airline purchases. Now available in metal. What's in your wallet?
Right at 7 Eastern on ESPN, the defensive LSU going against powerhouse quarterback Nick Fitzgerald from Mississippi State. You can catch it streaming live on the ESPN app as well.
Starkville, Mississippi is a tough place to play at night.
4 yards deep, they'll bring it out. And Treneman cut down shy of the 20-yard line. They have seen enough.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
We don't want some of the games. We want all the live games with DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We don't just want some Dak Prescott. We want all the Dak Prescott.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
It ain't easy being on top. Everyone wants to bring the trophy home.
All 130 teams.
It's gonna be a fight to the finish.
The college football playoff on ESPN. Who's in?
To achieve financial security, there are two halves to consider: protect and grow.
Instead of focusing on insurance or investments alone, we bring them together into one whole picture. At Northwestern Mutual, we guide you along your path by combining personalized investments and world-class insurance. That's one of the reasons 96% of our clients stay with us year after year. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Back in Provo now, let's take a look at today's all-state, all-hands-in play.
And it is all Wisconsin. Offensive line to begin with. Brandon Taylor, Jonathan Taylor, and then Alex Hornibrook breaking a record. Throwing the ball down the field. What a performance.
Bo Hodge getting his first college start at quarterback. Got off to a good start, but now he's fighting in the end zone, trying to keep it alive. Lost the ball. That's going to be a safety. And it goes from bad to worse.
It rains, it pours. He should have stayed in the pocket. He thought he felt pressure, but there was really no pressure. Should have stayed in the pocket. Got outside, they chased him down. And, just a rookie mistake. Watch here, there's really no pressure. Stay in the pocket, look at your receiver. Don't try to make the play with your legs.
Tyler Johnson, number 59, was relentless. Just kept going.
We want Falcons in New York. Jackson Elliott! We're Buccaneers in a quaint little New England bed and breakfast.
Can you please pass the marmalade, Charlie?
Switch to DirecTV and watch all the teams no matter where you live with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Offensive coordinator Ty Detmer talking to his new quarterback, Bo Hodge, about what happened on that last play, giving up the safety in the end zone. He gave up so much yardage to put himself in jeopardy and then didn't protect the ball at the end.
Trying to do too much, in a situation where you can't do it all. Just go over the playbook, do what you're supposed to do, stay in the pocket, look at your receivers, try to get better. It looks like he might be the quarterback for the next few weeks.
Those high ankle sprains are tough to recover from. A.J. Taylor on the return, and Taylor with a seam out to the 47-yard line. So in the last 3 weeks, if this score holds, BYU will have lost to LSU 27-0, Utah 19-13, and 40-6 to Wisconsin. That is a tough stretch. Tanner Mangum, the starting quarterback, hurt on the last play of last week. He is now in a walking boot. And Jack Cohn comes in as the new quarterback for Wisconsin. He's out of Sayville, New York. Graduated early from high school so he could participate in spring football. The Extra Yard for Teachers Week is a week-long celebration of teachers led by the College Football Playoff Foundation through its Extra Yard for Teachers platform. Visit the College Football Playoff Foundation website at www.cfp-foundation.org to learn more about Extra Yard for Teachers Week and see how you can get involved. Groshek straight ahead. Let's go to Clark.
Well, Mike, everyone's got a favorite teacher, a teacher who influenced them big time. For Ty Detmer, the 1990 Heisman Trophy winner, I asked him earlier today who that teacher was. He said second grade Mrs. Skinner from San Antonio, Texas, Shenendehowa Elementary School. He said she was a sweet old lady, made him want to learn and go to school.
That's all you can ask. think we have all had at least one teacher who inspired us throughout our lives.
Jack Coyne, the new quarterback. I saw his dad in the hotel earlier, and I'm sure he's proud here today. Flew all the way out here to watch this game. Nothing like watching your son play, especially probably for the first time. Good work for the backup. Mostly all backups for Wisconsin now in the game. Getting a lot of good work, resting the starters.
He's a true freshman. Wisconsin is going to make some noise. I would have to say right now you'd have to look at them as favorites in the West.
If you look at their schedule as the time goes, you know, they play Michigan, but they don't play Ohio State. Their chances are going 12-0. They look like they have a chance with the talent that they have, offense and defense, to break into the playoffs if they can get a little bit lucky. But as you see here, they got Nebraska. They go on the road to Illinois, Indiana. Their home game against Michigan will be huge. And then, of course, you've got the championship game. They won the West last year. They got a great chance to win it again this year in the Big Ten.
You have to expect they'll both be in the top 10 when that game comes. Groshek showing some outstanding athleticism, gets down to the 30-yard line. Here's Cassidy Hubbard.
Thanks, Mike. Number 23, Tennessee, and number 24, Florida, Quentin Dormady. He's picked off here by C.J. Henderson, and the cornerback gets his second touchdown of the season. Meanwhile, the Gator offense still looking for their first touchdown of the year. Here, Malik Davis looking to score the first offensive touchdown, and he fumbles at the 1. Right now, Florida up 13-10 in the 4th.
That's amazing that they do not have an offensive touchdown.
It's been that way for several years.
Yes, it has.
But talking again about Wisconsin possibly having a chance to get into the playoff, being one of the best 4 teams, I think they've got all the pieces to puzzle. They've got depth, they've got size, they've got speed on the outside. Their defenses look like it's well coached with their new coordinator. Their kicking game is solid. Again, it all goes back to one thing. I've been there before. Injuries play a big toll. You've got to be lucky now for this next 7 or 8 weeks.
Let's take a look at, after this play, our picks for who we would have in the playoffs at this point. I don't think there's any surprises in this one. Alabama for everybody, Oklahoma for everybody, maybe different spots. 2 of us have USC. 2 have Clemson. I've got Michigan in there, and Paul has Penn State. It's going to get tougher as the season wears along, isn't it?
Oh, it is. And by looking at this, of course, I'm going to argue with you a little bit here. I don't think Michigan has the quarterback to get them there. I think they have the defense.
Not yet.
But they don't yet have the quarterback to get them to the promised land. And it's going to be a tough road. They've got a tough schedule down the way.
Yes, they do.
BYU, though, you know, Mike, we've seen them the last couple of weeks. They're playing hard. You can tell they've got a lot of tenacity to them. They just do not have a big play guy on offense. You know, they lost 5 skill players last week. Last year they had 6 returning starters on offense, and basically the ones they lost were their skill players. Their offensive line is doing a good job. Now Bo Hodge has got to make a move and make them better the next few weeks.
You don't have to have lightning fast players everywhere, but you have to have some. You have to have some speed to stretch the field to make defenses play you honest. And they just haven't shown that.
No, they haven't been able to get the ball down the field. They've played very poorly on first down in most games in tough situations. And then, of course, in the red zone, offensively, they haven't been able to get the ball across the goal line. Defensively, they played good, not great, but they've had a lot of opportunities, and they're going to get wore down as the year goes on if they don't get some help from the offense.
Under a minute. Fullback dive with Alec Ingold, the junior backup fullback. And let's go to Paul.
Well, gentlemen, this game looks like it's in the books as the stadium clears out. But when you travel, you soak in the culture and you find out what the locals eat. How about the cougar tail? This is a foot-long donut, maple glaze, stuffed with bratwurst.
Oh,
believe that? And local milk.
Bring those back with you, will you?
There's a number on the back to call your cardiologist as soon as you finish that.
It's actually quite tasty, Mike. And to top it off, you got some reduced fat milk, locally, BYU Creamery. So give it a whirl.
Why would you eat 12 pounds of a donut stuffed with meat and then worry about having low-calorie milk? Why not just go ahead and clog every artery in your body and get it over with? Wisconsin, a very impressive performance on the road at BYU. The final 40-6. Back to wrap it up after this.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
We don't want some of the games. We want all the live games with DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We don't just want some Dak Prescott. We want all the Dak Prescott.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Financial planning works a lot like GPS. It's a roadmap for your money, helping you balance the life you want now and later. It can help you reach your goals, like the retirement of your dreams or a family vacation. Working with a Northwestern Mutual financial advisor means that you get a financial plan tailored to your life, helping you prioritize and reach your goals one by one. Life has many twists and turns. Planning with Northwestern Mutual can help you stay on track and make the most of your money today and tomorrow.
Saturdays used to be for college football. Now you drive 300 miles to watch this. Yes! Flag dancing? We've been there. And with free hot breakfast, we'll be there for you. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount. Hampton by Hilton.
Wisconsin today just bulldozed BYU. Time of possession 2-1. They just outpowered them, Coach.
Outpowered them with the offensive line, the blocking of the tight ends and the fullbacks, the throwing deep by Hornibrook, who had a just absolutely almost perfect day. You know, what a game for Wisconsin. They've got a heck of a football team and will get better barring injury.
After it was 3-3, the rest of it was all Wisconsin. You see the numbers with Hornibrook and with Taylor. Wisconsin remains undefeated. BYU going through a tough stretch today, and they lose 40-6. We wish you goodbye from Provo, Utah, and we send you to Kevin Nagandi in our studio.
Mike, Tommy.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
We don't want some of the games. We want all the live games with DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We don't just want some Dak Prescott. We want all the Dak Prescott.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
To achieve financial security, there are two halves to consider: protect and grow. Instead of focusing on insurance or investments alone, we bring them together into one whole picture. At Northwestern Mutual, we guide you along your path by combining personalized investments and world-class insurance. That's one of the reasons 96% of our clients stay with us year after year. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
The dead have taken command of the sea. They're searching for a girl. A pearl. And a sparrow.
Jack, we meet again.
An army of dead are coming straight for you, Jack.
What do we do?
Be the last to die.
Why were pirates this stupid?
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Complete your collection on digital September 19th, on Blu-ray October 3rd.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have Hollywood's hottest actor tell you it's great. Because the only thing that will make you believe is trying it yourself.
You know, to get arguably one of the very best players in college football lately was significant.
Morris went back to Dabo Swinney at the time and told him, I think I just found a quarterback better than Vince Young. And Dabo said, no, there's no way that can be true. And it turns out, well, I don't know if he was better than Vince Young, but he was right up there, claiming the national championship last year. And he torched Alabama secondary in consecutive championship game appearances. And Morris proved to be correct. He was the first coach to offer Deshaun Watson as a high school quarterback from Gainesville. Now, Chad Morris also does a great job in keeping his program loose. I think it's something that shouldn't go lost this afternoon as well. They knew it was a big game, the battle for the Iron Skillet, and so this week, everybody on the staff dressed up like it was 1984. Polyester shorts were out. He just tried to loosen things up on the onside kick attempt. TCU recovers easily as Turpin came out of there with it. But it was just another gesture to demonstrate, hey, we got a big game. You play your game. We're going to have a chance to steal one on the road, and they nearly did.
Yeah, they did keep it loose. They did keep it loose. What was remarkable, I thought, in the notes, leading up to this game, Chad Morris, Clemson's, and you would know this, Roy, Clemson's national championship team from a year ago, I want to say Chad Morris had his hand in recruiting like 10 of the guys that were on the field for Clemson. So Dabo Swinney, as much as he misses a guy like Chad Morris, he's always happy to see him go and go on to greener pastures as long as he doesn't end up in the ACC, right? Then Dabo's like, okay, hey, you go have fun over there.
Delay game, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
I'll back Kenny Hill up about 5 yards. On the other side, you look at Texas Christian now, Big 12 opener on the road at Oklahoma State. A week from now, then they'll get a bye week. This team is going to be a lot to handle. 12 different pass catchers today. 6 different players have scored touchdowns. And then defensively, as we saw at Arkansas a week ago, this defense, when dialed in, can be about as physical as any unit in the country. Didn't happen in the first 2 quarters today, but since then they've kind of tightened the ship despite that last play.
Well, and I think they just have a great mix, and they have a very favorable schedule. I think it's good to have a home game. It's a non-conference game, although it's a rival because it's in your hometown, and you get out of this game, and then Gary Patterson already told us he's preparing for Oklahoma State, which I knew he was. And so they have those guys. They'll get after that first thing tomorrow morning.
Anderson sidesteps a defender, and that'll be a run good enough for a first down. 3 flags on the field after a pickup of 14.
A lot of flags. But I think catching the bye week after next week.
Take a look in the back. Offense, number 4. 10-yard penalty, second down.
Isaiah Graham, the guilty party.
They'll get caught with a block in the back, but
you like the schedule.
I do.
You got 6 tough road games this year. That would be the only caveat. They already took care of business at Arkansas, but you're going to win the Big 12 this year at Oklahoma State, at K-State. It's a big game tonight against Vanderbilt right here on ESPNU, and at number 2, OU.
Here's the remarkable thing about that schedule when you look at it. They don't have to get on a flight. I think they just don't get on a lot of flights. I think, that game was that game at home?
Yeah, West Virginia at home.
West Virginia at home.
After the bus ride to Oklahoma State.
Yeah, so Oklahoma State, they will actually bus to Oklahoma City, stay the night, and then bus again into Stillwater, and then fly home after the Oklahoma State game next week. But they just don't get on a lot of planes, and I think it benefits the players. They hop on a bus, they go. Although Gary did tell me the bus broke down today on the way to the game. I was like, oh, you're kidding. He goes, yeah, we had to let the offense in on the defensive bus. I'm like, okay.
He doesn't like that.
I also was just...
Play action to Turpin and a spin move. Close to the first down. It looks like he'll be marked about half a yard short. We'll check the spot.
I like that play. Just a nice little wrinkle with Turpin coming out of the backfield, a little waggle action. But I did joke with Gary Patterson before the game. I said, hey, you didn't get the white shirt memo. And he said, I usually don't. Either did Sonny Cumbie. He didn't get the white shirt memo either.
It was a whiteout here for this one. A lot of the fans have already made their way to the exits. The 4th down coming up under 4.5 to play.
Yeah, well, credit TCU's coaching staff. They had a great plan, and we knew SMU had a good plan coming in because Chad Morris told us he had a good plan. And we didn't doubt it.
Game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Another look at Adam Nunez. He's on the
Please
field for the second time.
4 minutes and 12 seconds. 4 minutes and 12 seconds, please.
And Gary Patterson admitted to us in his normal game week prep, does not get a lot of sleep until the very night before the matchup. And no doubt he's going to lose some time in the sack this week getting ready for Mason Rudolph and Oklahoma State and what that offense brings to the table. They got weapons everywhere, and they're big targets on the perimeter for the Cowboys. End over end kick. Will be ruled dead just outside the 10. Now don't forget later tonight, number 3 Clemson, number 14 Louisville. Lamar Jackson, the Heisman Trophy winner from a year ago. Matchup with the reigning national champions. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC and streaming live on the ESPN app. Tigers have yet to give up a touchdown this season. Lamar Jackson has scored about 75 himself. Does he have enough weapons? The Clemson defensive play caller Brent Venables can keep him in check for Louisville to finally beat the Tigers at home. I think that's something to watch tonight.
I think the interesting part and game plan for Brent Venables is to keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket, truly make him become a passer.
Hicks has that one picked off. They just threw that one up for grabs. Ranthony Tejada with the pick, his first of the season, for one of the top cover corners in the Big 12.
Yeah, Tejada really does match up well with a lot of the big receivers in the Big 12, and even though he's undersized, he makes a lot of plays. Ball just comes out a little late. Ben Hicks throwing into a lot of traffic there. I'm not sure exactly who the ball was going to. That's an ill-advised ball to throw, especially this late in the game and down in your own end. But I think, Venables, if you make Lamar Jackson one-dimensional, it's hard to do. But you got to bring guys off the edge, but you also have to spy a guy. And I think Clemson's defense is able to do that, Roy, but your corner's got to be really good. They got to be able to run with guys. But I'm just not convinced Lamar Jackson. I know Bobby Petrino wants to make him a thrower. I'm just not convinced. I think at the next level, he's a great wide receiver in the NFL. That's me.
Wow.
Yeah, he's not a quarterback at the NFL level. Oh, no. No, I don't think I don't think he's made the progressions that you need to make. And, we will see. But I think this game is going to be a real eye-opening game for a lot of folks. I think Clemson's going to come out. I think they're going to come out on top for those reasons. I think the defense is really going to handle their business.
8 o'clock tonight over on ABC, the Tigers and the Cardinals. Alana Lua with another hammer. I think a lot of people would disagree with your assessment. He's added some bulk this year. And his down-the-field passing attempts last week against North Carolina, which they outclassed in Chapel Hill, and maybe late against Purdue in that season-opening win. I mean, there was some zest.
Wait, you just said something late against Purdue in an opening day win.
Touché.
So there's like 4 misnomers right there. I'm like, nah.
Alana Lewis straight ahead as we check in again with the studio and Chris Cotter.
All right, Roy, Tom, still in doubt in the swamp. Just when you thought Florida might have pulled this thing out and could put it to bed. No, Quentin Dormady finds his tight end, Ethan Wolf, who scores, so it's back to a 3-point game, about 4.5 left to go.
20-17, the Gators, in a very big matchup in the SEC East. Well, that game doesn't have quite the luster it did, let's say, 15 years ago, but still this year in that division, it could mean a lot.
Yeah, that's a big tilt game. It does mean a lot.
Near side run ushered out short of the 10-yard line. Don't forget our Week 2 Monday Night Football matchup. Matt Stafford and the Lions travel over to MetLife Stadium to take on Eli Manning, Odell Beckham Jr. and the Giants. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown, served by Applebee's, 6 Eastern, over on ESPN. And the game is also available on ESPN2 in Spanish. Monday Night Football back. Matthew Stafford making cash this year on that arm. He's from the Dallas area over there in Highland Park, where he played his college ball at Georgia. Dimbrick Gary, the injured Mustang, just past the 20-yard line, number 10 in red. Well, today ESPN is proud to support college football celebration of educators across the country through the Extra Yard for Teachers initiative created by the College Football Playoff Foundation. Extra Yard for Teachers, in conjunction with the College Football Playoff, the great charities in this country. And Tom, certainly somebody along the way in your career probably made the kind of impact that you needed to take your skill set to the next level.
I did. I had some good teachers. I had a better coach though. Coach is, but I had one coach, John Haynes, Kennedy High School. Coach Haynes, great coach, great man. Served our country as well. He broke a couple clipboards over guys' heads.
Hopefully not yours.
Not mine.
Okay.
Not mine. No, just the knuckleheads. We did have a couple.
You're the star quarterback. There wasn't a lot of that going down. Under 2 minutes to play. And Kennedy Snell scored a couple of touchdowns. Snell could be a weapon. Well, not really a secret anymore after that 71-yard burst we saw, or 61-yard burst, I believe it was, in the second quarter. Just a freshman.
Well, Sonny Cumbie said that to us. He's got so many playmakers. They have different packages for different guys. Snell, obviously worthy of a nice run-pass package each week now. And then you have a guy like Turpin. You got Rager, who might have been play of the game today, right before half, making a huge catch on a Hail Mary that resulted in a touchdown. And then Kenny Hill just does a great job dispersing the ball around to different receivers. I think he's really on point and has been on point today.
A lot of credit to Sonny Cumbie as well. Over 600 yards of total offense today for TCU. We were impressed talking with him. He's taken over those play calling duties basically in a solo fashion, and I think he's very comfortable with the hand he's been dealt. I think now the question entering conference play for TCU, can Kenny Hill continue to do what he's done so far this year, manage the game, take the plays that are given to you, and when you face adversity, you know what, it's okay, live to fight another down.
Yeah, and Sonny Cumbie used to share those coordinator duties with Doug Meacham, now the coordinator over at Kansas. And, Sonny Cumbie himself, a quarterback, he understands the mindset, and it's really the preparation and the lead up into the game, Roy, where quarterbacks win or lose games. If you walk into a game prepared, you're going to feel good, play well.
Now the final score today will be a little bit closer than the experts projected, 56-36. And the Mustangs will have one more crack at it. Chad Morris will try to build from this for Gary Patterson, survive and advance the next week in Stillwater. And what a test that will be against the Cowboys and Mason Rudolph, who may be right there with Lamar Jackson, two of the Heisman Trophy favorites this year. And a handoff for Hicks. That should just about do it.
Well, interesting, coming into today's game, that the top active 400-yard throwers in FBS, Luke Falk, 10 games at Washington State of 400 yards or more. Kenny Hill and Mason Rudolph, each with 5. Be interesting.
56-36, our final score. The Horned Frogs out of the Big 12 remain undefeated, improving to 3-0. SMU falls to 2-1. Gritty effort here inside the Carter, but the Iron Skillet remains in Fort Worth. For Tom Ramsey, I'm Roy Philpott saying good evening from Fort Worth, Texas. ESPN Goal Line coming up now.
Welcome in those of you watching on ESPNU. You just saw TCU take down SMU 56-36. I'm telling you something you already know. Welcome into Goal Line. I'm Matt Schick. We're at Syracuse as they are up big on Central Michigan. We'll take you around the country, show you some of the best action.
As OC of the Bengals, but that little route concept where you sort of stretch here on the left side of your screen, it's sort of like a back angle route, but it doesn't really convert into the angle. You kind of continue it up into the seam. Those are tough. Back has an option at the top and the end. That's one of the sort of old archive routes of the NFL. It's very effective, and especially when you're running everyone else off.
Morris fires a strike along the sideline, hauled in. Mark Chapman, who has been held relatively in check here today with another first down, but we've got another flag on the field.
Personal foul, hands to face, defense, number 98. Will be added to the play half the distance, automatic first down.
Now this time it's Williams. Last time it was Armstrong.
Yeah, this is what you hope doesn't happen. You don't want sort of the irregular play down the stretch where flags start flying, guys start sort of playing outside themselves. One of the interesting guys who's on the field right now that we hadn't seen a lot of is middle linebacker backup, number 11, Austin Valdez. Actually was a first-team All-MAC player at Bowling Green with Dino. And now obviously comes here Zaire Franklin's such a good player at the middle linebacker spot. Didn't get the time that he otherwise would have, but out there making some plays now. Austin's a good player.
And the reason he wears number 11 as he did at Bowling Green was that, of course, he was recruited as a quarterback, and it was Dino Babers at Bowling Green who said, yeah, you need to play defense. Now, he phrased it in a manner that was flattering. He said, your athletic ability, we've got to have it on the defensive side. That's his way of saying, yeah, you don't throw the football as well as the other guy. Romello Ross, who missed all of last year with a knee injury, coughs it up at the goal line. The ruling, though, is that it's a touchdown. Scoop Bradshaw scooped it up, but let's get the official call.
The ruling on the field is that the runner crossed the goal line before the ball came loose. Therefore, touchdown.
Well, the replay here inside the stadium, they don't like the call. This isn't straight across, so from that angle, I'm not going to sort of put myself out there, but it is close. It's sort of right on the edge. If you're going to be able to challenge that, that's what the ACC replay people upstairs. You're going to need an absolute straight across to overturn that. It is right at that line. And again, we're at the situation where you get another touchdown call. You know? Man, that's close. I mean, we're talking tip of the ball, needing to break the white. And each time we look at this, it's a banked look. You know, if you don't have a straight across angle directly down the line, this just could be a camera trick. And I mean, if you're an ACC official, you're not going to want to overturn that unless you have certainty. I don't believe that gives you certainty. It's, you know, we're 10 degrees off, so who knows?
Yeah, I agree. Without the certain visual proof, they will not overturn. So we shall see if they feel like they've seen enough to overturn it.
After further review, the ball was fumbled short of the goal line and recovered by the defense in the end zone. By rule, that is a touchback. First down, Syracuse at the 20-yard line.
It wasn't just Auburn.
All right, we go to Auburn, taking on Mercer. Third down for the Tigers.
Tripped up. And he's got a first and goal down to the 4. But chewing up precious seconds for Mercer in a 7-point game. So just playing this close to an upset. Pretty amazing by the Bears of Mercer, considering how deep an underdog they were coming in point-wise. Pedway again. Breaking tackles. He's in. Touchdown Auburn. It's a career best for Pedway, third score of the day.
And that's what makes him different. He's a north-south guy, and Kyle Williams, the linebacker, the outside linebacker, and Malik Fleming, the free safety, both had a shot at him and missed him. And sheer determination gets him into the end zone and more or less seals this, but Mercer's still going to have a chance. A couple of shots with 4:50 left in the game.
Timeout. Auburn. They're first.
Dexter Williams for Notre Dame did not get one offensive touch last week against Georgia. That changed today. 6 carries, 50 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. 7 rushing touchdowns for Notre Dame. They are putting it on BC. To Iowa City now. Speaking of putting it on.
Coming up next, we've got Colorado State and #1 Alabama from Tuscaloosa. Nick Saban was pressed about his quarterbacks this week and had a very Nick Saban-esque response.
I love that guy. I don't see him leaving the game anytime soon, but we are going to miss him when he's gone.
Iowa over North Texas. The Hawkeyes outscored the Mean Green 21-0 in the second half. Iowa now improves to 3-0 and a huge.
So the Iowa Hawkeyes get the win 31-14 and no overtime needed like it was against Iowa State. As they shore this one up, they were a 3-touchdown favorite in this one and win this one by 17. Keeping it in the Big Ten, got an update for you. Ohio State. A lot of concerns about Ohio State and the offense coming off last week's loss to Oklahoma. Trying to get well against Army. And they do. Had a nice drive. 3 for 3 on this drive was JT Barrett, and finds Terry McLaurin for the touchdown from 20 yards out. McLaurin, it's 31-7 midway through the third quarter. You see J.K. Dobbins with a couple of touchdowns. Back to Chestnut Hill.
40-40. You know, you keep talking about that, the guy, right? And Steve Addazio, that's the exact quote he used about Anthony Brown. I think we got the guy.
Yeah, no, I think he's somebody you can build around. And you know, last week he had 3 interceptions, another couple tonight, and it's going to be a learning process.
You mentioned they hung tough for the first half.
Yep.
This is a 14-10 game at halftime.
And he played great in the first half.
Yeah. He hit it first 11 for 11 to start the game. The ESPN app is a fan's best friend, especially on a night like tonight. We're really every Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. Stream the 5 games, shows, highlights, and podcasts. Get access to live scores and news from anywhere. Download the ESPN app right now. It's easy. I was able to do it. You can too.
I mean, I don't know how we would survive without having, you know, the ability to watch games when we're up here preparing for our game. We got, you know, 2 or 3 games on. It's a great app.
The Irish have rushed for 512 yards on the day. Try to add to their passing yards. That pass is incomplete. Steve Levy, Brian Greasy, and Todd McShay. McShay's still here with us, right?
Is he?
Oh, Todd.
No, this is his
What's
hometown.
up, fellas?
Yes.
Been busy saying hi to friends.
He's very popular here in town. The Massachusetts native, Todd McShay. Got to visit with his Richmond coaches.
Right, Jim Reed.
That was kind of neat.
Yeah. You guys have treated me well. This was your hometown for a while, too.
You're right, we treated you well.
Yeah.
We're both broke.
I'm going to get out of here.
Please. Yeah, it's been fun.
Good showing you around town.
Fenway was a highlight. I mean, to sit on top of the Green Monster and watch the Red Sox, that was cool.
Not only did you sit on top of the Monster, you got to go inside it and autograph the Green Monster.
Yeah, McShay was all, you know, it took him 40 years to get inside the Monster. It took me 40 minutes.
You showed up in the 7th inning.
The life of Greasy.
It's a pretty good life.
It was crazy. They have to come outside of the Monster to change the National League scores every. I mean, that's stress. Talk about stress.
Old school.
Man.
When I say old school, I mean old school.
Yeah.
Green Monster. If you could frame that and have that blown up for me.
It's nice. And McShay and his watch, you know, sponsorship out there.
Working on it.
And last thought, how about Mrs. McShay
yes.
coming through, awaiting all of us in our hotel rooms. Now the locals will know this. There's Mike's Pastry, which is very famous for the tourists, and then there's Modern Pastry, both located in the North End, that the locals enjoy. And Mrs. McShay had a cannoli from each.
Taste test.
Waiting in all our rooms. Very nice, very thoughtful.
I came down with Modern Pastry. That was mine.
Spoken like a true native, a local. The line is much shorter, too. But you don't get the box. That ball will roll down to the 5-yard line. In the final 30 seconds.
And this is Edwards-Helaire from that wing position. They will have a lot of that rocket motion throughout the night with Matt Canada's offense. Fletcher Adams running them down.
You have to be aware of that because it's a threat every play. You have that action. They want to run inside with Geis and go play action with maximum protection. And then the thing they have not shown that I expect we'll see tonight is the shovel pass inside off of that same motion and action. The go-to receiver right now for LSU, DJ Chark, out here in motion. Now there is a lot of emotion, and both teams.
False start. Offense, number 66, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Both teams are going to have to manage the emotion of the game. For Ed Orgeron's team at LSU, they have got 20 true freshmen that are playing in the game. A pre-snap penalty and then a little post-snap exchange. And again, Simmons right in the middle of everything so far early in this ball game.
22nd penalty of the season already for LSU. And now they shift to an unbalanced line as they go with the tackle over, as you saw Weathersby come over to the left side. Play action off of it. Etling looking downfield. Chark wide open. How about it? Flag is down. Back at the 39-yard line as DJ Chark goes 66 yards, and they're going to take a slow walk back.
I think they're going to call offensive pass interference, possibly.
Pass interference. Offense, number 10. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
Stephon Sullivan, number 10, 6'6", 235. He was the outside receiver. It's a rub route. I don't know. He's still running his route. I mean, he didn't turn to block the guy. He just got caught up. I think that's the defender's job to get away from that contact. They called the penalty. I don't think that's a penalty on Stephon Sullivan. He never broke stride in his route. I think it's a bad call.
We're used to seeing that with a slant arrow combo on the goal line. We're not used to seeing it running a deep vertical like that. He was running his route. You're absolutely right, Todd. So it's 2nd and 29, even with that. And here is Chark again, finding a little bit of space on the slant, getting it back to the 30. Let's check in with that man.
Tess, I got to show you what just happened in Gainesville. 20 all under 10 seconds to go. Tennessee and Florida. Felipe Franks buying time. Goes deep to Tyreek Cleveland. 65-yard touchdown. The Gators.
First two games, but penalties have been a problem. And 2 already in that first possession. 1 they deserve. The second one, a horrible call that not only went against them, but it took points off the board on the touchdown throw to Chark.
And Donald Gray will be back to return. Josh Grouden punt. Sophomore from Sydney, Australia. Fair catch at the 20. What could have been for LSU, but the penalty brought it back.
One time in New Orleans, well, before it was even founded, a French teenager, Bienville, scared away a British warship with just a story. And great stories kept coming. Some make you move to jazz, funk, and bounce. Some of our stories aren't quite as straightforward. While others prove that great things can happen, even on a Monday night. Because for 300 years, great stories have started in the same way. One time in New Orleans.
Applebee's 2 for $20. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
We just got to take it one game at a time. Next question.
Odell, can you repeat everything you just said? My live stream won't load.
Technical foul.
Wrong sport.
Wrong network. You see, you need unlimited on Verizon. It's America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. They won't let you down in places like this, even in the strike zone.
It's the red zone.
Pretty sure it's the strike zone. Here, use mine. All right, see you on the court, champ. Heads up.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Plans now start at $40 per line for 4 lines.
Out of coolant? We've got you covered. The highly trained technicians at Jiffy Lube do more than just oil changes. We also exchange transmission fluid, rotate tires, and more, all in a jiffy.
My experience with USAA has been excellent. They always refer to me as Master Sergeant. They really appreciate the military family, and it really shows.
We've got auto insurance, homeowners insurance.
I had an accident with the vehicle. I actually called USAA before we called the police. USAA was very hands-on, very quick, very prompt. I feel like we're being handled as people that actually have a genuine need. We're the Weber family, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
Hello? How did you get in here? Xbox One X isn't out yet.
Taco Bell's giving fans a chance to win early with every $5 box.
I guess we should get to it.
Head to Taco Bell and you could be one of the first to win the Xbox One X.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have any pro players taking sips in slow motion. Because the only thing that will make you believe is trying it yourself.
He once 3D printed a 3D printer. Now he's building a statue for the most interesting fan of college football.
Every time I raise my hand, I start a wave. Who's number one? This guy. What do you go, about 6'7"?
Stay thirsty, mis amigos.
ESPN College Football is presented by Hampton by Hilton.
Well, penalties costing LSU early on here. Glad you're with us, Joe, Todd, and Holly here in Starkville. About to see Nick Fitzgerald, sensational quarterback from Mississippi State. Taddeo, what do you like about this guy?
I like his unique skill set. He's got a very live arm. He's 6'5", 230 pounds, and can really run. He's not a make-you-miss runner or a power runner like Tim Tebow was in this offense, but if he gets on the perimeter, he can outrun angles.
And here is Fitzgerald. Picked up a really nice block, and just like that, moving the chains. Well, he's really got that dynamic aspect about him.
Well, and you have to guard against it. If you're a defense, you have to be careful how aggressive you are because of the quarterback run threat. Again, he's not a make-you-miss guy. He's a long strider, but he has outstanding speed when he gets to the perimeter. He was a wide receiver for a good amount of time in his high school career.
Here's Eris Williams, and another nice block and a big chunk play for the Bulldogs.
Pull the backside tackle, Martinez Rankin. Watch number 55 pull out in front of this. They get that LSU defense moving one way and bring the counter back the outside. And a nice block by Rankin on the inside linebacker, Donnie Alexander. And two big runs right out of the gate for the Bulldogs.
16 yards Fitzgerald, 19 yards Williams. Good start for Mississippi State. And now a completed pass as he goes underneath to Keith Mixon.
And Arden Key made his presence felt. He's on the field to start, has not played since the bowl game last year. Not sure how many plays they can get out of him, and it is a very hot night. It's significantly hotter than it was here in Starkville for their opening game. So Arden Key, they'd hope to get 30 plays. We'll see how he holds up. 2nd and 5.
Field is shaded now, but it was toasting in the sun at nearly 90 degrees for most of the day. And that is incomplete. Incomplete that time, as Jesse Jackson couldn't complete the process.
Yeah, I think they're going to call offensive pass interference. It's the same kind of play where there was contact with a defender, but that was well played by the defender.
Pass interference. Offense, number 82. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So on Farrod Green, one of their rangy tight ends, you see a trips formation, Green in the middle. See, he went more literally and made contact. That was different than the penalty that was called against LSU. That was a lot more obvious that it was a pick and a rub type play. Plus, it's a bigger man as a tight end than a wide receiver.
Compared to the flag that negated the 66-yard touchdown earlier. Holly. Check in with Holly in just a bit. 2nd and 20.
Well, Joe, you talked about the return of Arden Key, a very special moment just before he took the field. You know, you think his teammates would be mad at him. He's been gone for 4 months, not with them. Well, before he took the field on that first possession just now, every single guy on the defense came over and touched him, whether it was a rub on the back, a pat on the behind, rubbing his shoulders, giving him a hug, letting him know that he was back in the brotherhood. It was a very sweet moment as he took the field.
Well, I thought it was interesting when we talked to Dave Aranda last night, the defensive coordinator. He said just his presence. He's got a big smile, and his leadership is valuable to us with him back on the field.
3rd and 16. Pressure on Fitzgerald as Donnie Alexander was closing in.
Dave Aranda loves to bring pressures. This was not a blitz. This was only a 4-man rush, but it was an unblocked guy. They got the protection to go one way, and then the outside guy, Donnie Alexander, is going to come unblocked. It's not a blitz, but they don't pick up the free rusher, and Donnie Alexander gets to the quarterback. Arden Key actually didn't even rush the passer that time.
Chark with a fair catch, hovering around the 10. LSU has won 8 straight games here in Starkville. Short break. We'll be right back.
Staying at Hampton used to be for college football. Now you drive 300 miles to watch this. Don't get me wrong, you love flag dancing as much as the next guy. All 8 hours of it. But what you really love is your little girl. Yes! Nice pop toss. Flag dancing? We've been there. And with free hot breakfast and a warm welcome, we'll be there for you. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount on your next weekend stay. Hampton by Hilton.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Level up in the brand new Nissan Rogue Sport. Take on today.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. And I don't share it with Mom, right, Mom? Right.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
It's time for some straight talk. If you love your phone, but hate your bill, do something about it. No, not that. Straight Talk Wireless lets you keep your phone, number, and 4G LTE network for a lot less. Pick up a Bring Your Own Phone activation kit today and get even more high-speed data. 10 gigs for $45 a month or 15 gigs for $55. It's time to ask yourself, why haven't I switched? Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart.
You asked for it, you got it. Steak and Lobster is back at Outback. Starting at $15.99 for a limited time, we're pairing our signature steaks with a mouth-watering steamed lobster tail. Starting at only $15.99, it's time to get back to Outback.
ESPN College Football is presented by Hampton by Hilton. Book a room today and follow your team all the way. And in part by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
That was Thursday night down here in Starkville, Mississippi State, with their 7th annual Cowbell Yell here at Davis-Wade Stadium. And that roar will cascade down all night long.
It's been a while since we've been here for a game. I love what they did to the stadium and closing the one end. And the facilities here just get better and better each time I come.
With good reason, with all the recent success and especially this fan support. Etling off of the play action, as he's able to get it to John David Moore.
And a great block by Foster Morrow, the other tight end. LSU uses a lot of 2 and 3 tight end looks. They move them, they shift them, they try to get leverage on the defense. That time the 2 tight ends combined for a nice first down gain.
Here's Geis finding enough of a crease to get to the 31.
LSU using a lot more tempo than they showed in their first 2 games.
Geis this time met as Durr was the first one to get to him. That is not an easy job.
A good stop by the Mississippi State defense, but 3rd down and very manageable right now for LSU. They're 1 for 2 on 3rd downs. Their last one, a long yardage situation.
Etling. Ball was batted down at the line of scrimmage by Adams.
Etling held on to that ball a little bit long. He didn't throw it on time. Watch him plant that foot, but the ball doesn't come out right away. He reloaded, and that enabled the defender to kind of get his eyes on the quarterback and time his jump and get a hand on the football.
So Groudon in to punt again as Gray sets up shop back at the 27.
Flags down. Mississippi State came with pressure on that punt, and it was 4th down and less than 5. So this could be a real critical penalty on Mississippi State if it's roughing the kicker or running into.
Personal foul, leaping the punt shield, number 41 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. Result of the penalty is a 1st down.
And that was a point of emphasis recently, that defenders can no longer try to jump over the punt shield blockers or they will be flagged.
There it is right there. That's an easy call.
By the way, that's a great example of the safety risk as to why this was put in.
Right.
Watch
it's
the
to
defensive
protect
player.
41. It's to protect the defender.
Nearly coming down on his head and neck. That is a very dangerous play. Thus the rule that went in.
Now, if I'm Matt Canada right now, I'm thinking, hey, that's a big sudden change. That's a blow to Mississippi State. They thought they had to stop, go about an 8-man protection here, play action, and see if you can get Chark down the middle again for a big play.
Matt Canada, first year at LSU as the offensive coordinator.
Tackle over again.
And now Moore in motion as they will pass again. Etling downfield looking for Chark, but it was defended well that time. Good work from Abram.
Yeah, really good coverage. They tried to go deep. They ran the same kind of action with Chark going from inside out and Sullivan going from outside in, but Abram in excellent position to make the play. Jonathan Abram was the #1 rated junior college safety last year out of Jones County. He played at Georgia as a freshman in 2015.
Reunited with defensive coordinator Todd Grantham, who started his recruiting process there to make his way to Athens.
Tackle over again.
And here's Gage on the reverse jet motion, and they read it perfectly. Abram, McLaurin, and company, dogs barking.
Really, the play was made primarily by Marquis Spencer, number 42, a backup linebacker. Watch him set the edge and force the ball carrier to bounce. He didn't let him turn the corner with full speed, and Mississippi State able to get guys to the football.
Todd Grantham was the defensive coordinator at Louisville a year ago. Came here, Dan Mullen says he has brought a change of personality to the defense. 11 guys running hard to the ball every play. 3rd and 10. Pressure up the middle. Etling extending. And incomplete as he was looking for Chark.
Yeah, this is a bad job by the left side of the offensive line. And they allowed a free defender. When that free defender comes inside, it's really difficult for the quarterback. Etling did an outstanding job of eluding pressure and extending the play, just not able to make the completion. But that was a breakdown on the left side of this LSU offensive line. Breakdown in communication. First time they've played on the road.
Good energy here, scoreless game. Fitzgerald will try to change that when we come back.
Sunday Night Baseball, Dodgers Nationals, tomorrow at 8 on ESPN.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Level up in the brand new Nissan Rogue Sport. Take on today.
Arby's turkey sandwich has a new ingredient. It isn't avocado. Arby's, we have the meats.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. And I don't share it with Mom, right, Mom? Right.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
College mascots. When it comes to hyping up football fans, nobody does it better. But when it comes to mortgages, they're less confident. Fortunately, there's Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. It's simple, so they can understand the details and be sure they're getting the right mortgage. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, proud supporter of college athletics.
To err is human. To anticipate is the Lexus RX. With pedestrian detection, auto braking, and lane departure alert standard, experience another step closer to a safer world.
Lease the 2017 RX 350 all-wheel drive for $399 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
This is the road I want to take. These are the days I want to make.
RAV4 is perfect to get the most out of your adventures. And all these advanced safety features come standard. Buy a RAV with 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 finance cash or $2,500 cash back. And 2 years of no-cost maintenance is included.
I got my music turned up and the windows rolled
RAV4, what drives you? Toyota, let's go places.
Impact of Arden Key returning to the LSU defense. I'll show you the last third down play. These three players are going to account for him. But he's not even going to rush. He's going to drop, and that leaves three guys blocking one, and they get an overload situation with a free rusher on the opposite side, and Nick Fitzgerald has to throw the football away. Arden Key demands attention, and that time just his presence on the field created a problem for Mississippi State.
Let's see how they deal with one of the best edge rushers in the game now, as Harris Williams muscles ahead. Adnan, what do you got?
All right, Tess, Play with Confidence update brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Alabama's won 66 straight against unranked opponents. They're at home in Tuscaloosa. Jalen Hurts here to Calvin Ridley, who does all the work. Ninth game with at least one passing touchdown and one rushing touchdown since last season for Hurts. 17-0 over Colorado State. Tess?
I just glanced to see Hurts 4 of 5, 115 and a touch already. Going to be a fun night for them down there. Here's Fitzgerald, 2nd and 5, and he gets it complete to the big Jordan Thomas, 6'5", 280.
This guy is a matchup problem. You said that right. 280 pounds. He was a quarterback in high school. He was a wide receiver in junior college, and he just kept growing. And now he's a tight end that has fluid running motion and speed of a guy who can flare out. And there he is out here now as a wide receiver.
I repeat, 280. That is correct. Hard to believe. We were so wowed at practice the other day just watching him
so well
run the ball and so fluid downfield. Quarterback run for Fitzgerald. Very capable. Flag comes in late.
Last year when these two teams played in Baton Rouge, Nick Fitzgerald was making his third career start. He only had 133 yards of total offense.
Offense, number 74, 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's the center, Jenkins, who was pulling on that play to lead the play. But Nick Fitzgerald did not play well against LSU. He actually was on the bench when Mississippi State mounted their comeback late in the fourth quarter. But ever since that game, the last 12 games he's played, he has averaged over 315 yards a game of total offense as a dual threat guy.
You saw there he only had 133 yards of total offense against the Tigers a year ago. Makes for a 1st and 16 as he will keep, and he will get a few more. He's got such an interesting backstory, does the young man from Georgia. His recruitment, I mean, he's a guy coming out of a option offense, playing receiver. They brought him to camp. They were wowed. Dad was in the Air Force. That's why I was born in Germany. And now he's second-team All-SEC last year and a rising star.
Yeah. Always wanted to play quarterback in the SEC, even though it took him a while to be a starting quarterback, not to his senior year in high school.
2nd and 10, Williams, as he was met just short of the 30-yard line. Speaking of that senior year of high school for Nick Fitzgerald, he only threw 76 passes as a high school quarterback.
It was interesting when he went to college camps that most of these guys do now. He would work out as a wide receiver, he'd work out as a tight end, and he'd work out as a quarterback because nobody knew for sure how they were going to. They knew he was a great athlete, but what position they wanted to offer him a scholarship to play. Mississippi State offered him a chance to play quarterback, and they were one of the only teams that did, and he jumped on it.
He's under center now, checking at the line on 3rd and 4. Williams running out of options, struggling to get back to the line as he does get ahead, but it was Devin White the first to arrive at him. Then Christian Lacouture coming in.
Devin White has been the leading tackler on this team the first 2 games. He reads this play so well. This defense is so fast. Here's Devin Williams. He's going to read and shoot right in here and bust this play up in the backfield. Slips by the block. Doesn't make the tackle, but he disrupted the play.
Logan Clark to punt away to DJ Chark, who returned his first punt for a touchdown last week. It was only the 5th career punt return he had, and took one back. He won't get a chance here. Kick off your Week 2 NFL Sunday with ESPN. We got the new time. We got the new team. Sunday NFL Countdown. Rex, Charles Woodson, Hasselbeck, Randy Moss, Mort Shefty, and of course, Samantha Ponder. And then Week 2 of Monday Night Football. Stafford and the Lions against Eli Manning and the Giants. And our coverage will begin with Monday Night Countdown at 6 Eastern on ESPN. Of course, Matthew Stafford, former SEC star quarterback, recently signed the big contract. And some NFL success between these 2 programs in Week 1. Fletcher Cox had himself a scoop and score. And that was Darrell Williams on the carry for LSU, met by Bryant.
Darrell Williams is also a senior, 6'1", 229 pounds. Doesn't have the same type of breakaway speed that Darius Geis has, but he's a guy who has an NFL skill set as well. .30 yards rushing now for LSU early in the ball game.
Here's that tackle overload as the tight ends shift to the left side. Williams again as he was wrapped up. Not finding much running room there.
Got to set an edge. When you hear a coach say setting an edge, it means the outside defender has to keep everything forced back inside. And that was extremely well done by Mississippi State that time, bringing up 3rd down.
Third and 3 for Grantham's defense. To pass, Etling with time, but overthrew Foster Morrow.
I think Etling got distracted. The tailback, Darrell Williams, was trying to block a rushing linebacker, and he just went too low, and the linebacker jumped over him and really affected the vision of Etling on that third down throw.
Danny connected on his first 3 passes, 0 for 4 since then. Ground on to punt again. As Gray was driven all the way back to the 20-yard line. Coverage unit couldn't chase him down. He made the most of it. Taco Bell's a proud partner of the College Football Playoff, and we ask you to always be on the lookout for the Taco Bell student sections. They got such passionate fans here at Mississippi State. The cowbells out in force, or as the SEC rule makers like to say, artificial newsmakers that are restricted at times.
Donald Gray is going to come out of the ball game right now because he was the guy returning that punt, but very soon Mississippi State needs to find a way to get him the football. He is a big-time playmaker for this offense, and he has not had an impact yet here in the first quarter, and we're under a minute.
Arden Key not out there for the Tigers here. Fitzgerald with time going to take a shot downfield, but that is beyond the reach of the intended target. And that was Thomas downfield.
He came out of the backfield and got matched up on a linebacker, and they had what they wanted. He had a step on the defender, just a slight overthrown ball by Fitzgerald. The formation created the mismatch, but they weren't able to capitalize.
Checks over to Coach Mullen. Second down. Williams lowers that shoulder and gets a little something extra out beyond the 40.
The offensive line coach and co-offensive coordinator John Hevesy, when he was talking to us about Williams, he said he is as hard a working guy as I've ever been around. He's a very physical runner. He works hard. He's very serious-minded. And that was a good, tough run right there.
That is Ed Alexander, who has the trainers coming out to see him, and that is not a position of depth for LSU, Todd. Let's check in with Holly.
And guys, that's right. Rashad Lawrence, who is normally the defensive end for this team, is out of this game with a high ankle sprain. So Greg Gilmore, their usual nose guard or nose tackle, slid over to defensive end, and Ed Alexander had moved up to be a starter to replace him. So that is a position where they are very thin tonight. Getting Arden Key back, of course, is very helpful, but they don't have many bodies here on this trip, only traveling 70 in the traveling party.
Yeah, Glenn Logan, number 96, will now factor more into the rotation depending on the seriousness of this injury. You know, last week when they played, because of the style of offense they faced, they were able to play what they call their cheetah package, which they just used 2 defensive linemen because it was more spread, 4 and 5 receivers, and they could play that way and put extra defensive backs on the field. But against this team, Mississippi State, who wants to run first, even though they spread you out, they do that to run the football. You can't afford to take big people off the field against this kind of an offense. Dave Aranda right now trying to figure who he has available and how he's going to rotate guys. And again, Arden Key, how many plays can he go? He's resting to start this possession, but he's going to be somewhat limited tonight. It's a good sign right there, seeing Alexander walk off under his own power. Two positions over the years that LSU has excelled at in recruiting and then putting into the NFL, defensive backs and defensive linemen. They have just had a bunch.
There's one who has a bright future ahead of him. Kayvon Chason, true freshman.
He's in playing the same position that Arden Key would play.
There's Fitz with a completion out to Keith Mixon. And that'll be a first down for Mississippi State.
Nice little combination route out there between the 2 wide receivers. One breaking in, one breaking out. Fitzgerald's little play fake. Good timing and a good throw to the outside to Mixon.
Into the first quarter.
You know, LSU hasn't lost here as a ranked team since 1984. But they are in for a real fight tonight. We got a good one here in the SEC on ESPN. Stay with us. End of one.
Haven't you ever wanted something more, Barry? Watch your step. A pilot like you should be serving your country. You're CIA.
Based on an incredible true story.
We need you to deliver stuff for us.
Of the CIA's biggest secret.
Is this how legal?
You trust me?
No.
On September 29th.
CIA, DEA, Pablo Escobar. I made a fortune working for them boys.
There are bills blowing around everywhere.
I'll rake it up in the morning.
Tom Cruise.
Stop now if you want. It gets crazy from here.
American made. Rated R.
And that's how a Pelican took my wallet. Oh no, I've got this. I'll use MasterPass.
Don't just buy it, MasterPass it. Bringing home an amazing story, priceless.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Level up in the brand new Nissan Rogue Sport. Take on today.
It is time for the Dark Kingdom to rise!
You have doomed yourselves.
Do you see how powerless you are?
Rated T for teen.
I'm like a sponge for this stuff. I can learn it, get it, sell it. I can do this job in my sleep better than some people can do awake. I just want to make sure this brain stays in hyperdrive.
Hey, we hear you. That's why AARP created Staying Sharp. It's more than brain games. It's a personalized 360 approach to brain health with assessments and tools that can help you keep your brain sharp. If you don't think this is right for me when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
You know what's going on again at Popeyes? Here's a hint. Need a bigger hint? It's the $5 Bonafide Big Box. 2 pieces of My Chicken or 3 tenders, 2 sides, and a biscuit for just $5.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
We don't just want to watch the games cable gives us. We want all the teams, no matter where we live, with DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We want Falcons in New York. Jets in LA. Bears in New Orleans. Or Buccaneers in a quaint little New England bed and breakfast.
Can you please pass the marmalade, Charlie?
I sure can, Crazy Pirate.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Lions, Giants, Monday, 8:15 Eastern on ESPN.
I've watched you prepare. I've watched you work for this moment. You put the time in for this moment. Go explode on the field, enjoy it, love on each other, and play as hard as you can for 60 minutes and dominate this game. Grab a hand, grab the hand, grab the hand.
Dan Mullen, the man who has led Mississippi State to the winningest 8-year stretch in school history.
Donald Gray right here. They're going to get him involved real soon. Perfect time after that long timeout at the end of the quarter.
First play of the second quarter. There's play action. He's looking that way, but then had to come back and check down to Williams.
He made the right decision. He just didn't execute it correctly. Right decision to check it down. Poor execution because he didn't reset his feet one more time to make an accurate throw.
Defense dominated that first quarter. That was only the second play run so far in the opponent's territory for both teams.
Both teams have settled into the game, particularly defensively right now, and particularly on third down. 2nd down and 10 right now. Haven't seen a screen yet out of Mississippi State either.
There's Williams. He bounces it well into open space. Aeris Williams.
Well, the guy who makes a mistake is right here. Watch Tolliver. He's supposed to have the edge here, but he gets caught inside. Kevin Tolliver, the corner, he takes a bad angle, and he actually knocks his own guy down. Devin White, and a big run for the Bulldogs.
27-yard run for the A-Train. As he lead blocks for Fitzgerald, who took a shot from Jackson as he went down there.
It's the only thing you worry about. He's big, he's strong, he likes to run, but he takes shots like that. He's not looking to run out of bounds, and the guy behind him is a true freshman quarterback. So you always wonder about that when your quarterback runs the ball as much as Nick Fitzgerald does.
This time he shows it, fakes it, comes back, and he's able to get it to Mixon, and Mixon works his way inside the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal, Bulldogs.
Boy, this is really good work by Nick Fitzgerald. He starts with his eyes looking to the left of the formation, works all the way back, and gets the safe completion.
Fitzgerald up and over, score it, Mississippi State.
Great job by the right guard, Dion Calhoun, and the right tackle, Stuart Reese, paving the way for their big quarterback. Take a look at the right side when Nick Fitzgerald takes off. Watch these two guys right here. Just get on the block, and Nick Fitzgerald runs right behind him and up over the top.